USA. So today is Friday and we are doing a silk press and a trim and well, we already did the treatment, the shampoo, all of that on my client here. This is her first time here, so she has the perfect head of hair because you guys always ask questions about salt and pepper hair and coarse textured hair and natural hair and what to do and when to do it. So we're going to talk about that today as we do her hair, and then at the same time it'll be a learning situation for you guys and also my client. So I'm going to go ahead and blow dry, and then we'll start after we get through that point. All right, so just so we're all on the same page, for her shampoo today, we did 3 shampoo. Well, 1, 2. Did I do 3 shampoos or 2? I feel like I did 2, but let me go through my head of how many I actually did. But in either way, so we did a clarifying shampoo for her first shampoo, and then for her second shampoo, we did the moist repair. There we go. So for her second shampoo, we did the moist repair shampoo. That's the one with the gold label. The reason why I chose moist repair is because she does have coarse textured and what feels to be low hair, meaning that her hair absorbs everything the moment that it touches and then repels it all at the same time. So she's also dealing with salt and pepper, which is its own texture all by itself. And then she has the pepper hair that is always going to be a lot softer than the salt hair. And she also has what I would call a shorter natural fro. Texture wise, you can put her in a 4B or I wouldn't say a 4C because it's not so tight, but I'd say even a 4A or a 4B. Okay. Texture definitely is always going to be a situation whenever you're dealing with natural hair, silk pressing, salt and pepper. There's so many different things that kind of lock in with each other. But for today, we're going to do a silk press. We also did a deep conditioning treatment using the Moist Me 24 karat mask. The reason why I used that is because, of course, I wanted to infuse some moisture into her hair. We could have also used that same conditioner and did a steaming treatment or a hair steam treatment where we did not use a processing cap, but in her case, I did use a processing cap because I wanted to soften up the cuticle. So we're going to finish out her blow dry, and then we will silk her out. And we actually are going to be using the hot comb for her, mainly because I need her roots to be a lot straighter, last a little bit longer, and then we'll do the rest with our thermal iron. Good morning.
I said that's good.
Oh, thank you.
Because I find that my hair is too textured.
It is. Salt and pepper is always going to be 2 textures.
Yeah.
The salt is 1 texture, and it comes out like wire. It looks like wire, right?
Yeah.
And then the pepper is always nice and soft.
Yeah.
Nice and it's easy to just go straight. Where the salt, you'll always have flyaways. It'll always be crinkly. And the only time it makes a difference between the two and it melts together is when it's relaxed. And even then, it's still wiry, and you can still tell the difference. And then also, I did not put any additional product on her hair other than leave-in conditioner, which I use the Hydra Strength leave-in conditioner that also has heat protectant properties. So I'm not adding any heat protectant on her hair before the blow dry other than my leave-in conditioner. Once we're finished with the blow dry, then I will add the heat protectant for her hair. Good morning. down for me. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with our press. Let me get my comb. I already have my hot comb warm or heated up. So we're going to be using the H2 Pro 1 1/4 of an inch ceramic plate hot comb. And then I'm also going to be using the H2 Pro 1 inch titanium iron as well. So if you guys are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Sit down for me. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to also thumbs up as you guys are in the live. So I'm just cleaning up her hairline here. Alright, so I'm going to add just a small amount of Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum to her hair. Just that amount. Now keep in mind, you guys, with salt and pepper hair, whenever you are using any type of thermal iron, hot comb, blow dryer, anything that can add heat to the hair, you still run that risk of that salt and pepper hair having a yellow tinge to it, can have a brown tinge to it. How you get rid of that tinge after the fact, later on when it's time for your shampoo, you use violet-based shampoo, and that helps to tone out those negative colors. How you know if your iron is way too hot, if that gray hair turns a brown color, that means that that iron has not been tempered well enough and you need to turn it down. Cheap irons also do the same thing. So we're going to start in the upward motion. As you guys know, I always use this technique for my silk pressing or my hot combing because it allows me to get to certain areas a lot easier. And then after that, we start going in the downward motion. So that is the easiest way to get that hair nice and silky without running the risk of having to do multiple pushes with the comb, whatever. So I'm going to hot comb her first because I see that her texture of hair is going to benefit more from the hot comb. And then when I go back, when it's time for me to style, I can silk her with my thermal iron, which is our titanium iron after. Hey, Dad. Also, another pro tip when you're hot combing, if you put tension on the hair as you're pulling the hot comb through, it helps to smooth the hair even better. I know some of you like to use the Marcel stove for your hot comb. You can do that just the same. There's no right or wrong way. It's all in the technique and the quality of the tool you're using. Marcel's are always going to be high quality because you can temper them yourself. And I know some of you are wondering, what temperature do I have the hot comb on? It's at 450. Remember, if it's in the Marcel stove, it can be even higher than 450. So I'm going to do half of her head with the hot comb, and then I'll go back through with the thermal iron and then do the other half. Now I want to bring you guys close because I want you to see something when I say gray hair has two different textures. Tilt back from me, just like that. So if you guys look here, she has her salt, she has her pepper. The salt always stands out over the pepper. If you can tell, I can literally pick out the salt hair. You know why? Because that hair is always very wiry. It's also very frazzle. It never straightens 100%. That is what you deal with when you are salt and pepper. This is why you hear a lot of women and men say they have two different textures of hair, especially when they're salt and pepper, because the salt hair does not cooperate. It is very disrespectful. It has a mind of its own. It has no care in the world at any standpoint what you're doing to it, and it will revert before the pepper hair will. So I see it. There's a lot of stylists out there. They'll spend their entire day trying to silk through salt and pepper hair, not knowing that nothing you do is going to change this. The only thing that can change the texture of salt and pepper hair and make that salt hair more straight and less wiry is a relaxer. And the only reason why that happens is mainly because you're using a chemical that breaks the bond in the hair. So it's forcing the hair to go straight. And even then, you still can tell the difference.
What if you dye your hair?
You can still tell. You can dye it as many times as you want. That salt hair is still salt under that color. So she had a great question. She said, what if you dye your hair? Really and truly, the only form of color that can possibly change, well, there's two forms, that can possibly change the texture of your hair, especially for salt and pepper, is permanent color and lighteners, aka bleach. A lot of you know it as bleach. Alright, so there's 200 people on this live, but there's only 70 thumbs up, so I need everybody to close their chat and go and thumbs up this live, please and thank you. That tells YouTube how good my channel is, and to rank me amongst the people like Mr. Beast and all these people. I need to be amongst those people. So if you haven't already thumbs up, close your chat and go hit that thumbs up button. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to clip that part off there, and then we're going to go back through, and we're going to use our 1-inch H2 Pro titanium iron and start the silk out down here, which is really, really quick, you guys. So you don't even have to do super small sections. So if you guys see me going in a diagonal motion, I've learned to do that because I feel like it covers more ground and it puts more tension on the hair as I'm silking through it rather than me going straight down. Well, I'll bring y'all closer so you can see what's happening. There are companies that claim they have products to change salt back to. Yes, a lot of companies out there. My client yesterday was telling me that there's a company that's developed some pill to regrow your hair from if you have alopecia. I love to see that. And then you guys know my birthday sale is June 22nd. And that's also when the Empress collection releases. So you guys will be able to get the Empress collection on the 22nd of June. And then, of course, you know, my birthday sale is always a real special day. So just be prepared. And if you guys notice, as I silk her hair, I place it all at the same time. Can't read your comments, but I'm sure you guys are asking some questions, but I can't read them right now. So you guys see the difference between the silked hair and the unsilked hair? It's two different heads. Alright, so we're done with that section. We'll move on and start silking her crown, which typically the crown is the most resistant. So we're going to put that in like a triangle. And I'll show you guys why in just a second. And it's not like a specific style triangle. I'm just doing a triangle and I'll show you guys why. This area right here, from here to here and here, which is what we call the crown, or right above the occipital bone in between the parietal ridge, whatever you want to call it, is typically the most coarse. So we're going to start there. Y'all see that? Y'all see how I'm telling y'all, typically the most coarse. And that's with any head. It doesn't matter if you're coarse textured, fine, medium, that area is always the most coarse. Super coarse. Y'all are so funny. It is. And if you notice, whenever you have a headache, whenever you have stress, tension, where does it hurt the most? Right there. Right there.
And I thought of that.
And there's a little, that's what we call your mole. I'm going to call it your mole. But right here is also one of the areas where most of the stress is, and so is your temples. So when you feel it really sore, it could be a time when you're stressing the most, when your hormones are out of whack, because hormonal changes affect you in there as well. So that part of the head is typically the area where you have the most going on. All right, so we're done hot combing the triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and thermal style that area. Let my hot comb get nice and hot. All right, tilt down for me. And I don't recommend spraying product on the hair while you're silk pressing. It doesn't make it any better, because what you're doing is burning oils into the hair. So you run the risk of the hair not reverting. A lot of stylists make that mistake. They spray aerosols, they spray oils, they do all these things because they want it to be nice and smooth and silky, not knowing that they're actually just burning oils into the hair, and you're helping to break the bond. So you're helping to break that curl pattern. Now when I'm styling, I'll add a little bit of Goddess polish or a little bit of Sebastian Shaper, but I don't silk with it. Thank you, Grasshopper, for answering questions in the live, because you know I can't see them. I'm trying to stay on schedule. Hey, Octavia. All right, so we're going to do the side here. All right, I'm going to have you tilt your head that way for me. Hold your ear. The side is also another area, plus the hairline. Look, can you, with your commentary over there, Martina had a client is under the dryer, like, Lord, she's so scared for you. She's scared for you.
Scared for me? Is she going to do that too?
No, possibly. I'm not going to scare her. That's like telling your kid they're going to get a shot before they go to the doctor. I'm not telling her. All right, so we're doing the hairline all at the same time. Let me see if I can bring you all closer. You can let it go. Tilt this way for me. No, I'm going to mess it back. Y'all see that? Nice and smooth.
Cool.
All right, you guys, I hope you guys like what you see so far. It's all nice and smooth. Nice and silky. This is therapeutic to watch. Y'all so funny. Oh, thank you guys. Alright, so we're going to finish this side and then we'll go to the other side and then we're going to trim her and then we're going to style her and she's going to be on her way out. Alright, so we're going to do this side now. Same thing. I'm going to have you hold your earphones. Okay, you got to tilt this way. Tilt this way.
Which way?
No, that way. Tilt your head to the side this way. There you go. And then you're going to move this hand, because wrong hand. Take this hand. There you go. And then tilt to the side. You gonna make me burn you. Oh, he. Here we go. Alright, so let's do the hairline. Thanks, guys. Alright, I'll put you guys back where you were so you can see better. See what I'm doing. So you guys see the difference between the hot comb and then when you follow up with the thermal iron, it just smooths it out. So the hot comb helps to break down that curl pattern, get the straightening started, but then you always have to go back behind it. So you can't just hot comb it and then just leave it that way because you still have it fully textured. So it's not going to be silky, or say, of course it'll be pressed, but it won't be silky. And most times when you use the hot comb, a lot of stylists will go back with the flat Marcel to then do exactly what the thermal iron is doing. I finally retired my Marcel stove the other day. I didn't fully retire it, but it's under the cabinet, meaning out of sight, out of mind. Alright, so we're going to go back into the end of the triangle here. This area typically sticks up as well. So when you silk this area out, definitely you want to directionalize and lay that hair down and allow it to cool laying down rather than sticking up. And then if you guys notice, when I was doing her hairline, I went ahead and pushed the hot comb through the crown area as well, just so I don't have to go back and do it again. If I see an area that wasn't touched, then I'll go back to it, but that's another reason why I went through it that way, so I don't have to continue doing that. So we're going to go ahead and do her trim. Hey. Me and my daughter's hair flourishing. Thanks, Octavia. All right, chin down for me. All right, so we're going to do her trim. So in her case, I'm going to start my guide here because I can already see my guide. All the way down. All right, you guys, pop quiz. I'm trimming her hair, and when I'm trimming her hair, am I trimming it in the shape of a grapefruit or an orange? Let's see who knows it. The shape of a grapefruit or the shape of an orange? Why he said orange?
It's just a little different. It gets all areas.
Okay, all right. So let's see who says orange. Let's see who says grapefruit.
Orange go up and the grapefruit go around.
I'm gonna wait and see. Y'all gonna be surprised. Let's see. Everybody's saying orange. All right. Thank you, LCS. Both. It's both.
It's both.
You peel a grapefruit or you slice a grapefruit the same way you slice an orange. So one is, I would be the grapefruit head. She'd be the orange head. She's a smaller head. I got a bigger head. But you're still going to cut it the same way. Thank you, LCS. So everybody that said orange, yes, you are correct. But everybody that said grapefruit, you are also correct. They are peeled or sliced the same way. They're the same thing. It's just different sizes. So you can use, and I did that just out of fun, but you can use grapefruit, you can use orange, you can use either or as the analogy. You can use it all. As long as you are following the slice.
Oh.
You got a grapefruit also? Me too. I've always had a grapefruit head. That's not changing.
Does it hold a curl better when it's trimmed?
Mm-hmm. It holds a curl better. It combs out better. It lays better. It looks better. Some people don't need a trim though. Some people need a haircut. And when they think that, oh, I just got a trim, and they're wondering why it hasn't changed. Because you're too far gone for a trim. So sometimes it's not necessarily a trim. Sometimes it's a true haircut so that you could get it past that line of me never doing anything to it.
That's not my face.
No, you're fine. You still have some split ends, but I'm not going to cut into everything. Some things you can just let grow out, and over time we get around it. You have a tangerine head? You're so funny. All right, so we're going to spray a little bit of Sebastian Shaper. You guys know that's my go-to. And then I'm also going to spray some Goddess polish on her hair. Now, here is the trick to coarse textured hair. Oils are great, but with model lay the hair down. So you guys notice her hair was sticking up a moment ago. Now that I've sprayed a little bit of Sebastian Shaper, it's laying down better. It has a better shape, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Oils do great on coarse textured hair, but if you notice, tilt down for me, I use a lightweight oil, not a heavy oil. Heavy oil is going to separate the hair and make it just that, heavy. All right, so I'm using the same iron. I'm doing slightly larger sections. This is also why I like to silk and somewhat style all at the same time, because I already started the styling. So now that I'm going back and I'm just using my iron just to really smooth her out and give her a little curl, my job is basically done. I need some WD somebody. And if you do put oils or aerosols, which I don't like aerosol spray, so like the Iso Plus oil sheens and all that, I don't like those. They actually dry the hair out. But like when I use the Goddess polish, if you guys notice, yes, it has a little bit of smoke to it. But how you know if it's lightweight or not, the smoke should dissipate. You should not be coughing and choking. Are you coughing and choking? Okay. You should not be coughing and choking in the room. Don't. I'm gonna turn y'all around. I need y'all to see this lady that's sitting in this giant sheet causing pure trouble. I said you shouldn't be coughing and choking. She's like, but no, you should not be coughing and choking. Now you should, if you see a little bit of smoke, that's fine because it is still a product on the hair and I'm using a hot iron and it's coming in contact with that product. But it shouldn't be unbearable. It shouldn't be in a room where you notice that it's like a cloud and that cloud is not going away. When you do see that, that means that you either have something still on the hair that's really, really heavy, like a heavy oil. The hair might have been heavy before the client even came in and you didn't get all of that oil out of the hair. In a case like that, I wouldn't even add more oil. Thank you. They say your hair is looking good.
Oh, wonderful.
When will the goddess polish be back in stock? Well, right now, the raw material for silicones and polymers, or polymers, let me call it the right word, is hard to get. And if you do get it, it's very expensive. So I'm waiting for a very small batch until the prices go down. But the goddess polish is one of those products where it's very scarce. The cost per gallon for polymers is ridiculous. And if you're not a company that's purchasing thousands of gallons at a time, it makes no sense. Thank you. How's it looking so far, you guys? Great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
You have live feed every day?
Mm-hmm. Not every day. I'm an impromptu kind of impulsive kind of person. So it's just when I feel like going on there, I go on there. Her hair looks great. I hope. There's hope for us, salt and pepper.
Thank you, Jesus. My salt came in very quickly.
Oh, wow.
Just like overnight. I'm like, what?
Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm gonna comb her down, but I have a strange feeling that I'm gonna have to mold her or wrap her, but we're gonna see.
Why is that?
It sticks up.
Oh.
So that's how you get it to lay down, but not everybody.
Oh.
Some people like it nice and big, and some people don't.
It's so light on my head.
It feels light.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So right here, whenever you see it big like that, unless the client wants it super big like that, we're gonna wrap her. so how are we gonna wrap her to take down some of that bigness? The area that we know wants to flip up is where we're going to make our circle, right? So instead of me starting from right here, that's gonna flip the hair up even more. So I'm gonna start in the area where I know I want her hair to lay down. It's all in like just thought process, you guys, that's all. And when I do my wraps, I do down and around. So whenever you're doing a wrap, just think down and around. And this area that I want to lay down, I'm gonna do down and around. So if you notice, I didn't flip that area up. And then this side over here, I'm gonna do it like that. Take my processing cap. You can also do this with saran wrap. Are you sweating? She's sweating, so I gotta take my cape off. Alright, so I'm gonna put my blow dryer on low, but it's on high heat, okay? And all I'm gonna do is put some heat inside the processing cap to start the process. Okay? Because I don't want to lose my curl, I just want to lay it down a little bit. And if you guys notice, I'm going in the direction of my wrap. Alright, so we're going to let it cool down. The worst thing you can do is take it off before it's cool, so you want it to cool down.
That won't cause the hair to go back.
Mm-mm. That's why you're making it cool down first. And then if she's sweating, like if she's sweating or she's hot, and I leave the cape on and then go do this, yes, it can revert back. Because then it starts in here. Alright, so we're going to take this off. Let it cool some more. Spray a little goddess polish. It's cool. Y'all see the difference? So it would be just like I saran wrapped her. But I didn't make it super flat. Tilt down this way for me. Yeah, big difference. And then she still can get her feathering. That won't change. I can still feather her if I choose to. It's just gonna lay down a lot better. You can pull it behind her ear, get some little sideburns going on. I like the sideburns thing for now. Just for now. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of Sebastian Shaper for her flyaways. I always do it in the part and right at the hairline. If you guys notice, as much as I love my Elite Control Edge Control, I do not put it on my natural hair clients because it helps to revert the hair quickly. So all I'm doing is using my edge brush. I guess y'all can't see, huh?
Is that oil machine or hairspray?
It's a hairspray. It's an aerosol hairspray. Very light hold, but it's really effective. And if you guys notice, just like the edge control, I brush it in place. Okay, makes it nice and smooth. And it's easily wrappable, so it's not something that's gonna hold on or make it like a hard hold. Her hair is still soft. And like anything else, I always say you have to set it. So the same thing with hairspray. It doesn't dry immediately. You need to set it and allow it a second to dry. See? Yeah. It was an infomercial. I forgot it was Set It and Forget It. Whose commercial? All I keep saying in my head now is Set It and Forget It.
That's some kind of food.
It was a food show.
Emerald thing, some one of those.
And the whole crowd is Set It and Forget It. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys like. Took this way from me. And the easiest way for clients who have like shorter hair on the side, you can still give them the little sideburns so that you don't have to see the fact that the hair is short. It just kind of blends in. That's really what you want. All right, my people. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this live. Say bye.
I'm shy.
All right, you guys. So my client is all done. I'm not going to bring my other client on, y'all. We're going to do that in private. We're going to do your hair in private, okay? I will see everybody. I'm not going to have you with, you know? I'm not prepared. So we're going to go ahead and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget the birthday sale is June 22nd. That's my birthday. The Empress collection drops that day as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your post notifications by ringing that little bell. And also comment if you're watching the replay. Peace.